Hey guys, Lindsay here, the Frugal Crafter. Just wanted to talk to you a minute because I know sometimes people ask me, what do you do if you ever kind of have a creative rut or you can't think about what to make next? And for me, it usually happens if I have like a deadline or I need to work with a particular product or I have a class coming up, especially if I have a kids class coming up and I have like a huge box full of one certain item I really want to use up. And what I do is I actually will take the dog for a walk and I will walk as long as it takes for me to come up with an idea. Once I come up with the idea, I'll turn around, I'll walk home, and on the walk home, I'll think of the specific ways I will execute that idea. So I had all these little tiny craft paper mache boxes, and I wanted to do a Mother's Day craft with kids at the library. So I was thinking, how can I use these? I have plenty. What can I do? And as I was walking, I was thinking, well, it'd be nice to make like a little treasure box for mom or something. Because I was thinking, do I make jewelry, put it in the box? What do I do? What could we do with these boxes? And as soon as I came up with the idea of let's make a little keepsake treasure box, then I started to think of the ways that we would implement it. For instance, we paint it with pretty acrylic paints, and then we glue on a bead to be the handle to lift off the lid, and glue a few beads, like 4 beads on the bottom to be the little stand for it. And I started thinking about how I would decorate it and the different pens I would use, or paints, or toothpicks and paints to make dots or whatever, or maybe putting rhinestones on it. So the way home, I'm thinking of the specifics of what I would do to implement my plan. So the next time you're stuck in a creative rut, if you can, like, you know, if you can just go out the door, go for a walk, maybe go with a friend for a walk. It's probably best if you're not going to be chit-chatting with somebody, if you can concentrate, like taking your pet for a walk. So going out and walking, you know, kind of just and say yes to all the crazy ideas that come into your head of the things to do with those particular supplies. And then when you finally hit on something and you're like, yeah, that's it, turn around and say, okay, I've decided on this and I'm gonna figure out how to implement it. And sometimes it can go the other way. You can be getting into that creative space and you come up with too many ideas and you can't settle on one. As soon as you think of something that is a good idea, turn around and start walking home and thinking of ways to implement it. Sometimes we have two different problems with our creativity. Sometimes it's we have all day, and then we're like, well, I have all day, I better make it good, I better do something good with this day, I have all day, instead of just tackling one task or one idea at a time. We get overwhelmed. Or it could be like, I have half an hour to get this planned and to get out the door, what am I going to do? And so then we get kind of paralyzed because we don't have enough time. So those are two different problems, but the one solution of taking a walk until you come up with the idea, turning around and coming back when you know what you want to do so you can implement it, works for me. Maybe it'll work for you. Probably not if you only have half an hour before you have to go out the door, but you know, it should work in like normal situations, I think, for you. I hope it helps. If you have great ideas for busting through a creative block, leave them in the comments below. I'd love to hear your strategies because they're going to help everybody, because I know you guys read the comments and you help each other out, and you also read the comments for ideas. So leave them in the comments. I love to read them. You guys love to read them. It just helps everybody. The rising tide lifts all boats. Remember, I think that's what should be my slogan now. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, happy crafting.